Good afternoon, Mayhem Fitness. Pretty excited today. We have our next cooking video for you, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. I look back at my videos, I realized we've done a bunch of chicken, we've done some beef, we've done some pork. We touched on turkey a second with those stuffed peppers we use with the ground turkey, but we haven't really done a nice meal with turkey. So today we're going to do a Weight Watchers friendly. The whole dinner is about 10 points. Turkey dinner that we're going to use Italian dressing marinated turkey. We cut the breast into some tips so it cooks a little quicker. You get a little bit more flavor all the way through. We're gonna do some roasted potatoes that we actually start in the microwave and finish on the grill. I know everyone gets freaked out when they say the microwave, but the microwave is gonna soften them up a little bit for us, and that's gonna allow us to get them on here, get a nice char on the potato, brown them up a little bit, and have them cooked all the way through. And the same thing with our corn on the cob. We're actually gonna put our corn on the cob. We're gonna boil it first, then we finish it on here with a little garlic butter. Gonna taste absolutely amazing. I did want to share with you, I have a couple different ways I can cook. I've showed you how to use the air fryer. We've talked about the smoker. We are going to use the kettle today, but we are going to add some wood for some smoky flavor. Going to use a half a chimney of charcoal in here, get it all set up, and then we're going to put a nice hunk of wood on here to bring some of that smoky flavor in. The question a lot of people always have is, what wood do I use? I think a lot of people, when they start to do it, they fall into a mesquite or a hickory right away, which is a great wood, but it's very strong. It's an aggressive flavor. What I like to do with poultry or fish is I like to do a fruit wood or a nut wood. So a pecan wood, a cherry wood. Today I'm actually going to use apple. I like apple a lot. I find it's not quite as sweet. It's not as dominating a flavor as cherry, but it's a little stronger than a pecan, so it gives us that little bit of flavor we're looking for. And remember, when we do this, we're also trying to flavor those potatoes a little bit as well as the corn. So I'll come back in just a minute once we get the grill going. We're going to set that up. I've shown you that a couple of times. We're going to start on our potatoes and our corn. We'll get the turkey on here. Should take about 45 minutes to make the whole dinner from start to finish. Gonna be delicious. I look forward to showing it to you in just a second when we get the turkey on the grill. Thank you. Okay, I know I said earlier that you're gonna use your chimney. If you're not that familiar with it, I think I've shared it with you before, but a great way to start your charcoal is to actually use a chimney starter. As you can see, we've got a little more than half in here, probably about 3/4 of the chimney full with charcoal. And what you do here is, instead of using like a match light or some type of lighter fluid, you're actually going to use this chimney that'll get the coals nice and hot. So when I actually pour these coals out into my kettle, they're ready to go. There's no more waiting. It takes about 10 minutes to get a chimney this size up to heat, but you can see it's nice and hot. It's ready to go. In just a second, we're going to put the turkey on there, and again, I'll show you how to set up the coals in the kettle to get it so you can actually cook it with indirect heat, so you don't get your turkey overcooked or dried out as you're setting it up. So it should come out really, really nice. I'll show you in just a second once we get these coals poured up, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do for the wood as well. All right, one last thing to share with you on the wood. When you do a long duration cooking, you buy those bags of wood, you get some really nice big chunks like this. These are great when you're gonna cook for a long time. When I smoke, pulled pork or a brisket, those are gonna be on there for anywhere from 12 to 15 hours. You want some nice big pieces of wood for the first few hours. You're gonna pull in some of that smoky flavor. Right after about 3 to 4 hours, the smoke doesn't permeate anymore, so you don't get a lot more of it. But when you buy a bag of that, you also get a ton of this, so a bunch of chunks, which aren't really great for smoking in the smoker, but they're awesome for smoking in the kettle. So if you use both of your grill and your smoker, when you do a short duration cook like this, which is like 40 minutes, these are gonna be great, because once I get those coals poured out, I'll put the grate on there and I'll put these little chips right on top of the grate on the opposite side of actually where I'm cooking the turkey from that indirect heat. So what's nice on that is I can use those chips, they don't go to waste. I get that smoky flavor, and now I'm not using my big chunks of wood, which I want to keep for my smoker. So just a great easy top tip. Use those smaller pieces in there to get that smoky flavor on those short duration cooks that you want to do, and then save the big pieces of wood when you're going to do a longer cook or a longer smoke. So really cool to use. I've always in the past used to throw those away, and I found a really nice use for it, so I figured I'd share with you guys. All right, so now we've emptied our chimney in here. We got it in our kettle. We've got our temperature up to like 375, which is awesome. I told you I was going to put those wood chips in there, and you can see they're starting to put out some smoke here, which is great. We've got our turkey tips. So now we're simply going to use the indirect heat here. We're going to put the turkey tips here, and these are going to take about 15 or 20 minutes before I flip them, and then another 10 or 15 minutes after that. What'll be perfect is when I'm done, I'll throw them in over the more direct heat, so I can get that, that little bit of char on there that I want. Now, one of the things you might not think about is with these handles here, if I use like an oven mitt or my tongs, I can actually spin the whole grate, because I do have the wood chips here. You can see they're hot. One thing I told you too about using the big chips, you want to be careful here. Using a big chip in here like this is also going to add a lot more heat inside the kettle because we're going to get a lot more fire from the wood. Using the smaller pieces of wood is actually going to keep our temperature to what we want to have it inside the grill. So I think we're in a better spot. I'm going to get that corn going on there, get those potatoes started, and when we come back in just a little bit, we'll show you how the turkey's coming along. We'll get those potatoes on the grill and the corn on the grill. So we've had the turkey on for a few minutes now. We're going to flip it over. You can see that our wood is pretty much burnt out, and that's okay. We wanted to use it to get that smoky flavor at the beginning. We don't need a lot more after that. See, we're starting to get a little brown on here. Again, at the end, we'll get a little more char on here. The goal is to, again, cook this evenly, cook it on that indirect heat, get some of that smoky flavor. Again, we've used the wood. Now you can see our charcoal is starting to come back to life. I'm opening the vents all the way back up. I was cooking at about 300. I want to get back up to about a 350 or a 375 for the next 10 to 15 minutes so I can get some real good heat in there, get that turkey cooked all the way through so it doesn't dry out, cook quickly. And when we come back next time, I'll throw the corn on there, we'll get the potatoes, we'll show you how everything's getting all put together, and then we'll show you how it's all finished up. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes with you. All right, so we've got our potatoes ready to go on the grill. We've got our corn set up. We've put a little garlic and herb butter on there. As you can see, we got our turkey up to about 155, 160, so really close to where we want to be. Our wood's just about burnt all the way off, so we're going to put our corn directly on here, put the potatoes on the outside. So I'll cut up the rest of them after, but all you got to do really, again, you're just going to cut them in half. You want to put them on here so they can get a little bit of browning, right? They're cooked pretty much all the way through. This is just to add some flavor from the smoke and the wood and the charcoal. And you want to do the same thing with your corn, right? You want to put them on here. We've already buttered them one side down, so I'll put them the butter side down. What's nice on this is we like to take them off and then take them the corn right off of the ear. We don't have to do anything. So you butter the one side. We're going to go through, and now we'll just put a little butter on the other side all the way over so we can add some, I lost it on the grill, that's never good. Always going to get the fire nice and hot if you get some oil on there or some fat. So we want to make sure we're a little careful with that. But get this the rest of the way on here for us. Finish letting that turkey cook up. I'm going to close these up once I get the potatoes on, and in about 10 minutes we should be done with everything. All right, our turkey's just about done. As you can see over here on the grill, we have some really nice char marks. It looks delicious. We're just finishing up our corn, so we want to get it nice and charred on both sides. So one side's almost done. We just want to flip it over. And when you do the corn, it's okay to get it nice and dark like that. That's the goal. You want to get it over the coals, get some really good heat because you want that charred flavor. So that's where you're going to come to and have it here. When I come back in a second, I'll show you the finished plate here that we have with our roasted potatoes. We're taking those off already, our turkey and our grilled corn on the cob, so we'll be back in just a second. All right, so now we have our completed meal. We've got our grilled corn on the cob, which looks amazing with that char. We've got our roasted potatoes that we pre-cooked, and then we finish them on the grill. A little bit of garlic butter here, a little bit of garlic butter here. And we have our Italian marinated turkey tips. Again, nice and moist, not dried out. Great char on these. They actually came out amazing. So let's see how the flavor is here. What's nice on that is, again, it's not dry. You get the flavor from the Italian dressing. Tastes great. Let's try one of these roasted potatoes with it, see how they came out. What I love about finishing the potatoes on the grill is you get that little bit of smoky flavor, a little bit from the charcoal. So it actually tastes great. You get that combination together. I've already done the corn with you before, so I'm not going to try that right now. I know it's going to be good. I can see it. It looks amazing. So again, tonight, 10-point meal, something a little different. Turkey with the Italian marinated dressing on it, the roasted potatoes on the grill, and then the grilled corn on the cob. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Check out another video soon from Mayhem Fitness. And thanks for watching.